Alright, the 2025 NFL Draft is officially in the books. And now it's time for one of the most anticipated parts of the post-draft process: the grades. ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr. has released his initial evaluations for all 32 teams, looking at everything from value and needs addressed to overall team improvement. Let's dive into some of the teams that received top marks from Kiper. Starting with the highest grade. Topping Mel Kiper's list with an A+ are the Cleveland Browns. Kiper highlights their significant trade back from the number 2 pick to number 5 with the Jacksonville Jaguars as a key factor, noting that they landed talented defensive tackle Mason Graham and, crucially, a valuable haul of future draft capital, including a first-rounder. But the biggest reason for that A+ grade, according to Kiper, was landing quarterback Shedeur Sanders all the way down at pick 144 in the 5th round. Kiper personally had Sanders rated as his 5th overall prospect and the top quarterback, believing he will be an outstanding pro and that the rest of the NFL will question letting him fall that far. Adding Dillon Gabriel later also gives them options. Kiper also liked their additions at running back and other positions, solidifying a class that earned them the top spot. Moving on. The Seattle Seahawks earned an A grade from Mel Kiper, despite some questions about their quarterback situation after swapping Geno Smith for Sam Darnold. Kiper was a big fan of how general manager John Schneider used his 3 picks in the first 2 rounds to grab what he sees as instant starters and talented players like guard Gray Zabel and defensive back Nick Emanwari. Landing tight end Elijah Arroyo and quarterback Jalen Milroe on day 2 also added key pieces for now and the future, making it a class that addressed needs effectively. Several teams received an A- grade from Kiper, starting with the New England Patriots. Facing significant needs, the Patriots used the 4th overall pick on offensive tackle Will Campbell, a player Kiper believes instantly improves their offensive line despite some pre-draft concerns. They focused on offense early, adding running back Trayvon Henderson and wide receiver Kyle Williams on day 2 to boost Drake May's supporting cast, along with additions like center Jared Wilson. Kiper sees this as a solid class that, combined with their free agency moves, could help the Patriots take a big step forward. The New York Giants also received an A- grade, in what Kiper called a critical draft for the team. Kiper liked their first-round moves, getting highly rated edge rusher Abdul Carter and trading up for quarterback Jackson Dart, while he graded Sanders higher. Kiper acknowledges the Giants' preference for Dart, who they seem content to develop. Adding players like defensive tackle Darius Alexander and guard Marcus Mbo later in the draft rounded out a strong class for the Giants. Finally, the Philadelphia Eagles also earned an A- grade from Kiper. After a successful draft last year, Roseman focused on addressing needs this year, including adding versatile linebacker Jihad Campbell in the 1st round and safety Andrew Mukuba at the end of the 2nd. Kiper sees these as solid additions for their defense and highlights potential steals on day 3, noting that Roseman has once again added quality players throughout the draft. Overall, these teams earned top marks from Mel Kiper Jr. for their maneuvering, value gained, and how they addressed their roster needs throughout the 2025 NFL Draft.